but I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford.
Now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive.
You can't. It's whenever I want you.
Fresh footage of Floyd Mayweather Jr. in training has stirred up the boxing world, with the 48-year-old icon still looking sharp. The videos have sparked talk among fans, with some even imagining a showdown against Terence Crawford. However, not everyone supports the idea, as many insiders and ex-fighters are cautioning Crawford to stay away. They point out that Mayweather's speed reflexes and defensive ability remain stronger than most people think, making the fight a dangerous gamble.
Terence Crawford would beat upon Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker, just like Floyd. What the advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can switch to the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaw. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll not have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win a close decision. Hey, I want to know what everybody else.
For most observers, the caution is not about doubting Crawford's talent, since he is seen as the top pound-for-pound fighter today, but about recognizing the unique test Mayweather still poses. Even at this stage, Floyd's skill in neutralizing opponents, dictating the tempo, and disrupting elite fighters remains unmatched. Experienced voices suggest that Crawford, who builds success by gradually wearing rivals down, may find it tough against Mayweather's defense, which could block clean shots and throw off his rhythm.
Right now, it's a tough thing in boxing to go that long.
I mean, you also got Andre Ward, but that was like, what, 32, 34?
Yeah, but Ward lost one somewhere in there.
No, I think he's undefeated.
Is he?
Yeah. But he's not as much as Mayweather. And the other thing, too, is that Mayweather, the resume, if we go back to the resume,
but you know what? I love that, because everybody says Mayweather didn't fight nobody. He fought this guy.
Yeah, they don't. Those are people that don't know about boxing.
Mayweather fought everybody they put into him. It's not his fault he saw Pacquiao late in Pacquiao's career. It's not.
Floyd Mayweather's present training routine explains why many experts advise Crawford against facing him even at 48. Though retired, Mayweather keeps a daily schedule that includes MIT work pad drills, running, and conditioning, all showing his sharp reflexes. Instead of lifting heavy weights, he sticks to high repetitions, core exercises, cardio, and smooth, efficient movement to stay in peak shape.
So I want to make sure that I eat the right food, because I take care of my body. You know, even since I've been out here, I make sure, you know, I go for a jog. Probably not like I did when I was competing. I do like a little 4 miles. Try to do 450 push-ups,
now
450 sit-ups, yeah.
Well, you keep funny hours. Like, even watching the All Access stuff with you keep real funny hours. Like, why you want to sleep at 9 a.m. to 3 and then be up all night running around the streets? Like, have you always kept funny hours? You keep funny hours.
Remember, we work hard to become our own boss, so we can do what we want to do. The ultimate goal is to go to sleep when you want to and wake up when you want to. See, when you don't wake up when you want to, then guess what? Somebody's controlling you. And I don't want to be controlled, because I want to be my own.
After Crawford defeated Canelo to claim the undisputed super middleweight title, Mayweather told TMZ that the better man won. He praised the fight for bringing big excitement to boxing. Speaking on Canelo's future, Floyd noted that the sport is tough on fighters, and the physical wear might be showing, though only time and the fighters can confirm that. He also mentioned a rematch is possible, saying if both sides want it, it can happen, and if not, they will move forward.
Even though I think a lot of people who were fans were not exactly sure, would Canelo win? Would Bud be big enough, strong enough to handle Canelo's power? Well, the answer to that question was yes. I saw you placed a bet, won a lot of money. Congratulations. What are your thoughts? What was your reaction to the fight, Floyd, as you watched Bud and Canelo in there on Saturday?
Oh, it's good for boxing. It was exciting. The best man won.
Is Canelo washed up now at 35 years old?
Oh, I don't know. You know, boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not really sure.
Would you be interested in seeing a rematch, or would the fight be the same? Would it ultimately end up the same way?
I don't know. It's up to those two guys. You know, they want to do a rematch. Do a rematch. If not, keep it moving.
Would you watch it or not any real interest?
I'm pretty sure I'll watch it if they did it.
Mayweather has often argued that Canelo is not as hard to beat as many believe. He has said their fight was not as tough as people claim and has dismissed the notion that beating Canelo should earn excessive praise. His remarks appear focused on protecting his own legacy, pointing out that Canelo had flaws and was still young and improving at the time, so defeating him does not automatically prove a fighter is the best.
Canelo, this guy can do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Many analysts believe that despite Crawford's win over Canelo and his flawless record, he still cannot be ranked alongside Floyd Mayweather, who retired with an unmatched 50-0 legacy. They argue that surpassing Floyd in the greatest ever conversation requires more than collecting big-name wins. In their eyes, Crawford would need to take on a fighter like David Benavidez, who is considered one of the most dangerous and physically dominant boxers in the sport right now.
Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this.
Sounds familiar.
No. I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36 and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say, well now he got what? I don't know how many fights.
Jeff Mayweather praised Crawford's skill and recent achievements, pointing out that many fans were shocked by how dominant he looked in his biggest fights. But when it came to comparisons, he firmly backed Floyd. Jeff said in a prime versus prime clash Floyd would still be the smarter choice. He also dismissed remarks like those from Canelo, saying such comments are usually meant to boost personal image. While he recognized Crawford's ring IQ, Jeff rejected the claim that Crawford's defense is greater than Floyd's.
That time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Don't you?
Want to make himself look like he did.
Before Terence Crawford went up against Canelo Alvarez, Jeff Mayweather said he believed Crawford had the tools to rise to the occasion. He explained that a win over Canelo would not only cement Crawford's pound-for-pound position, but also open the door to an even bigger fight. Jeff pointed out that Floyd Mayweather, even at 48, remains in excellent shape, and if Crawford earned a career-defining victory, the push for a matchup with Floyd would be difficult to ignore. With Crawford's drive for greatness and Floyd's legendary status, the fight would be almost unavoidable.
The Magic 8 Ball? Do you think that would be something in his,
I don't necessarily think that is something that he's looking for, but I mean, of course, if he gets past Canelo, he can fight as many bums as he wants to, just to make the record.
Do you think he would do that, or do you think he would?
I don't know. He seemed like he's a class act, and he seemed like he'll do whatever he feels, but I don't know. I mean, at what you said, 37?
37, yeah.
37. Yeah, that's still a lot of fights though.
Oscar de la Hoya recently gave his thoughts on the Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Terence Crawford debate, and he stood strongly with Mayweather. He credited Crawford for climbing through 3 weight classes and defeating Canelo, but emphasized that Floyd remains the more skilled fighter. De la Hoya pointed to Mayweather's ring IQ, timing, defense, and knack for avoiding punishment as the traits that make him the more complete technician.
And who would do it? Because Canelo after the fight said that Crawford was way better than Floyd. You know Crawford, you know Canelo, you know Floyd. What do you think? Who would win in a fight?
My man. I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically.
Terence Crawford has openly stated that he does not see any need to compare his career with Floyd Mayweather's, because they represent different eras of boxing. He said he respects everything Floyd accomplished, but that time has passed, and he is now the one leading the sport. Crawford pointed to his recent success moving up in weight and becoming undisputed in multiple divisions as proof that he is the fighter carrying boxing forward today.
With both of us, one where he felt like he was at the best, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know, I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
Crawford has repeatedly expressed respect for Floyd Mayweather Jr., acknowledging the impact Floyd had on shaping opportunities for his generation of fighters. He has praised Mayweather's disciplined defensive mastery and ability to manage the business side of the sport. For Crawford, Floyd's career serves as both an example and an inspiration, showing that focus, intelligence, and self-belief can carry a fighter far beyond the ring. While Crawford views himself as the face of the current era, he does so while honoring Floyd's legacy and recognizing that Mayweather paved the way for fighters to take charge of their own careers.
Size the niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? You know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Terence Crawford's longtime trainer, has argued that Crawford outshines Floyd Mayweather in some aspects. He highlights Crawford's versatility, his smooth stance, switching, his adaptability against any opponent, and his ability to generate knockout power with both hands as advantages Floyd never fully possessed. Bomac says that while Mayweather's greatness was built on defense and control, Crawford combines technical skill with an aggressive, power-driven style that excites fans while still dominating at the highest level.
Have hat on, this time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul, Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Commentator Max Kellerman says Floyd Mayweather Jr. remains one of boxing's all-time greats thanks to his impressive resume, speed, defensive mastery, and victories over major names, achievements few can rival. At the same time, he notes that Crawford's path has been different, and in some ways riskier. While Mayweather often picked his moments, especially later in his career, Crawford has consistently faced the best of his era while moving up through weight classes. Kellerman believes that even though Mayweather's legacy is nearly untouchable, Crawford's rise as today's top fighter holds its own importance, built on constant challenges and major accomplishments.
He won right up until the point where he started to make money. But as much credit as you get for making, the primacy of business, for making business your priority, well, that comes with trade-offs, because when you make business decisions constantly, sometimes your athletic achievements won't be regarded in the same way as if you made athletic achievements your priority. That said, Mayweather has accomplished a tremendous amount athletically. But the three fighters he didn't fight, Antonio Margarito, Manny Pacquiao, when he was obliterating De La Hoya, Hatton, and Cotto, and Shane Mosley when he still had something left. And while he will wind up fighting Pacquiao and Mosley, it'll both be, at the right time for Floyd. That said, what about at the right time for Floyd? He's also ancient. A fighter approaching 40, fighting at the level Mayweather is fighting, is unheard of. Mayweather, until recent times, would be considered one of the greatest older fighters. That would be the whole story. Oh my God, can you believe how old Mayweather is? It was a little bit unfair to Floyd to say, well, you're picking these guys at the right time.
Kellerman has also said that Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford should be ranked ahead of Floyd Mayweather Jr. on pound-for-pound lists, despite Floyd's perfect record and technical skill. He points out that Pacquiao began in very small weight classes and climbed through many divisions, repeatedly proving himself against top competition and accepting fights others would not. Kellerman argues that Pacquiao not only dominated across divisions, but also built a resume filled with risk and achievement. While he respects Mayweather's defensive brilliance, he believes Pacquiao's daring path and success in multiple weights give him the edge in the debate.
Guys, no one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Roy Jones Jr. has questioned whether Floyd Mayweather really faced the toughest opponents at their peak, arguing that many of his victories came against fighters who were past their best. He points out that even major names like Canelo Alvarez and Manny Pacquiao were not in their prime when they met Floyd. Jones contrasts this with Pacquiao, who he says consistently took big risks and fought elite opponents at the right time. In his view, Mayweather's 50-0 record is remarkable but not definitive proof that he is the greatest of all time.
Is Floyd Mayweather top 5 of all
No,
time?
not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, Kevin. Not top 5. He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further,
he fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto's not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great. All right, so that's not great. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody to beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is, you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them best 2 names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is, I'm not gonna say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not gonna say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for a James Toney.
Do you think Floyd's defensive skills still set him apart from everyone else? Drop your thoughts in the comments.